welcome to the Boardroom, joined by my man Tyreek Hill, all-pro, all-decade team. Pretty much resume speaks for itself. Super Bowl winner and much more to come. Also, Soul Runner creator. So let's start with that, Ty. We just talked about it a little bit on live, but to expand on Soul Runner, what do you think your favorite part about the business has been so far?
Just trying to be able to like connect to like different audiences, whether that be male, female, skateboarders, whatever the case may be, just trying to, relay my message. Not only get them to like wear my brand, but just trying to like relay my message. And I feel like Soul Runners tells my story about who I am as a man, as a father, as a person, as a player, as a human being. So just trying to like push my story a little bit more, but in a clothing brand perspective.
Mm-hmm. What do you think, if you had to say the core message is that you want people who are going to buy the product, what do you think it is?
Just being accountable, just always being that accountable human being that people can always count on, very hardworking, respectful, loving, just all of that, is just who makes me, and I feel like people are drawn to me because, I'm always, in a good mood, I'm always, uplifting other people, always doing those types of things. So I feel like that message right there alone carries weight enough, to tell people who I am. So, I mean, it's more to it, but
yeah. Well, what I gathered was, so you like fashion, but you're not like you said you play like Russell Westbrook. He's like the fashion guy of the NBA.
Yeah, right.
So you're not there yet, but potentially you could see yourself getting to that point where you just keep on evolving.
Oh yeah. So I definitely see myself getting there as far as like loving fashion the way that some of these guys do, but I do like just throwing on like a simple t-shirt or just rocking workout gear. So Soul Runner, like we also have workout gear coming out, so I may not be into like, jeans with holes in them or jeans with paint on them. I'm into most and sleeveless hoodies, and I'm like hoodie Cheetah. You know how Hoodie Mellow had this thing going?
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So I'm into stuff like that. So I can get down with like the workout attire and stuff like that.
Right. So take me back to the start of it. You touched on earlier. Your girl says you like fashion.
Right.
You want to help people. You want people to understand your message. Start a brand. And what do you say?
Let's just start, with clothes, because I feel like with clothes, like you can put so many messages onto the fabric, and stuff like that. So right now we just gonna start with clothes, accessories, and who knows, like maybe one day we may just start a school just like LeBron got the whole thing going. We may like we may do something called Soul Runner School back in my hometown. I'm not trying to give it away, but yeah, I'm trying to do something like that,
Yeah. Well, you obviously have a real connection with young people. You're coaching high school football tonight.
Right.
If you were to start a school in the community you grew up in, which you said was tough, what would the legacy be for Tyrique then? What would it mean to you?
It would mean a lot, but my message I would want to give to those kids, because like I'm literally the only person in my city who has made a name for himself, So the message I would want to give those kids is there's more in life than just hanging out on the block or being cool or selling drugs or just trying to fight every day, because that's all the kids know. I feel like I was fortunate enough to have a great support system in my parents. Like they drilled in my head every day, like when you graduate, you're leaving and you're going to make something out of yourself. And they pushed that in my head. I feel like most of these kids don't got that, like most of these kids don't got you know, a mentor or someone older, a brother or sister, or someone like a role model. Like most of these kids don't got that where I'm from. Like they got like either their parents on drugs, either their parents trying to make ends meet, so they ain't got time to support them, or either they ain't got no parents at all, or and they just adopted, you know. So it's like crazy. So I feel like if I'm able to come in and give these kids a place to go, you know, and
Yeah.
and and like I'm able to like create a staff who has the same vision as me, it's it's like
Yeah.
we'll have endless amounts of like kids who are able to like make a name for themselves. And that's what I
Was it ever hard for you not to go? I mean, obviously your parents instilled it, but
right.
with all your friends, I'm sure, was it ever hard for you not to get into that?
Right.
Down that?
Right. So like I had friends, man, who would just want to go do the wrong thing all the time, you know, but I watched my mom struggle for too long, dog. I guess I was just like, you know, I feel like everything happened for a reason. I guess I was just the one who's gonna wake up and just be like, you know what, I'm gonna be different. Every chance I get, I'm gonna work on my craft. I was good at football, but you know, I kind of didn't take it serious. But I mean, I still worked on my craft though. Like after school, I worked on my craft. You know, after whatever the case may be, I was working on my craft. I wasn't in the books as hard, but I worked on my craft to get where I'm at today. You know, so it was just one of those situations. I was tired of my parents. You know, I was tired of seeing my mom cry. I was tired of seeing my dad, you know, work too many. I was tired of that. Like I'm like enough of that. Like they can't do that for the rest of their life, and I can't watch that for the rest of my life. So I got to do something I got to do something to separate myself, you know, to allow them to quit their job. What am I going to do? So here I am today.
What do you think your favorite part is when you go back to your hometown and kids come up to you and you're like a hero to them? What is that like?
What's the best feeling ever, you know, because I used to be that kid, you know, who didn't
you didn't have somebody.
Yeah, I didn't have anyone like that. I never knew any of this ever existed in my life, you know, but just to be able to go back and just see my little cousins, my nieces, my nephews, just people in general is just the best feeling ever, you know, because, you know, who knows, like those kids could have been having a bad day and just seeing me just made their whole entire year or life, you know, so, or gave them just enough hope to say, you know what, I'm gonna be just like Tyrique when I grow up, and I'm gonna get out of small Pearson, Georgia, and I'm gonna work my butt off every day. So them same stories I heard of Tyrique working hard, I'm gonna do the same thing. So it means a lot. It means a lot for me to go back and just give back to my community because I love my people and I want to see my people grow. But the only way we grow is if we want to grow. Like we gotta want to grow. They gotta want to grow. I can put every resource that I got down there, but they gotta want to put the work in. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, I do. Yeah. I want to connect that back to the Soul Runner because you talked about your message. Want to tell your story. What would be, if you fast forward 10 years down the road, 15 years, what's the ultimate goal with Soul Runner?
Just to be able to like build a dynasty, build a brand to say, hey, I created something for my family, you know, from the ground up. You know, I didn't need no help. I didn't need nothing, you know, and also to show my kids that, you know, everyone goes through a little adversity in life, but it's all about how you take it to the chin and how you bounce back, you know? So 15 years from now, I just hope Soul Runner is up and on his feet running and doesn't need my face anymore, you know? So 15 years from now, if we do a drop, we sell out of everything. And like my Soul Runner jobs create more opportunities for my friends to have jobs, you know? So that's what I'm all about. I'm all about creating opportunities for my friends and my family, you know? Because I'm not only trying to set myself up, I want to set them up for life. Like I want to put them in a better position and I want them to learn things too.
How do you incorporate the Cheetah brand into it? Because that's, you said you want people to know that there's a link there, but how do you do that organically?
It's kind of hard to do, you know what I'm saying? Because because all of my Cheetah fans are for Cheetah. Like they're for Tyreek Hill, and introducing Soul Runner to Cheetah is like a whole new environment. They're like, oh my gosh, what is this? Like we've never heard of Soul Runner. So
Right.
it's been doing pretty good so far. You know, the Soul Runner page, we done grew a lot. The Twitter is still kind of growing. So it takes time, you know. Rome wasn't built overnight, and I understand that. So like I said, I'm willing to put in the work, you know. I'm with all the work.
How old were you, Rick, and when did you decide, when did you get the Cheetah nickname? How did that start?
So the Cheetah nickname started probably when I was in high school. My mom, you know, like, well, my
You're
grandma,
just so damn fast.
yeah, but my grandma, she calls me Bo, man. That's what everybody call me. So every time I go home, everybody call me Bo Jackson, baby. They don't call me Bo Jackson, they just call me Bo.
Wow. What? Just because that was their guy and now you're so similar?
Yep.
Wow. Bo nose, you could do tie nose.
Tie nose.
Tie nose.
Go, man.
That's nice.
Yep.
That's nice. All right, here's a question for you. I know your racing days are currently over, but
until off season.
Until off season. So, with that in mind, this is a two-part question. The first part is, who are the 3 to 5 guys that you would like to race?
Well, I already raced Nicole.
I know the Nicole one was awesome.
Marquis good when I wanna race him.
Yeah. He's an Olympian.
Long jumper.
Yeah.
Yeah, right. Long jumper, not sprinter.
Not a sprinter.
Matt Breeder, I want to go on and get him out the way. Because he always say he the real cheater. So let me go on and eliminate that. Let's see. And that's really Christian Coleman. I really want to race the dude from the Olympics. I really got to see where I'm at right there with that. You know what I'm saying?
So that leads me to my next question, which is, when can we see Tyrique wearing the red, white, and blue?
I don't know. You were supposed to see it this year, man. If everything would have went accordingly and Corona never happened, man, I'd have been running track, man. We're trying to anyway.
In Tokyo.
Yep, I'd have been trying to run in Tokyo, man. I'd have went to the trials. I wouldn't have lost weight, but I would have went.
Doing 100?
Nah, yes, doing 100 and the 200.
What do you think you could? I mean, realistically, if you're training for track, what are we thinking here?
If I'm training for track, I probably would get like a 10-2. I give myself a 10-2. I'm gonna make the team. Just know that. I'm gonna make the team. That's all I gotta do. What I gotta get? Top 5? That's all I gotta get.
Top 5, I think, yeah.
Top 5 in 100, and I'm on a 4x1 team because like they always gonna need an alternate. So look, I'll be our alternate. Don't worry, I'm right here. That's me. In Tokyo, I go.
In Tokyo. So were you a big Usain Bolt fan?
Nah, so I was really a Johan Blake fan. I was a big Johan.
Yeah, he was awesome. Yeah.
He went through a lot of injuries, man. So
Johan Blake was like the next guy, and he won. He did very well, but I think the injuries. Yeah. If you could say the difference between track speed and football speed.
I don't know, man. I just feel like on the track, some guys be fast, but once they get on the field, it look like they run like a 4.6. I've seen cases like that, you know.
Because it's like with pads and then getting hit.
Yeah, with pads and like people be nervous. I'm like, bro, like if you get tackled, you get tackled. So what?
Yeah. 4.29 is that? I'm sure you've run faster.
I ran a 4.21 at my pro day, man. Them scouts just put 4.29 because they be hating on me. They don't want me to be the fastest. You know what I'm saying? I'm big Cheetah, man. Stop playing with me.
The real Cheetah, Matt Breida, not the real Cheetah.
Real Cheetah, man.
It's really an incredible brand. I mean, I like to see you keep building that too, because it's such a great name and it's such a cool logo.
It is.
There's got to be a way to incorporate that with Soul Runner, like really make it a focal point.
It is. It really is, and that's where that goes outside of my brain, and that's where my girl and my mom and my dad step into, and like we all brainstorming We just come up with ideas, you know, for it.
Yeah.
When I drop something, I want it to be the best, you know.
Yeah.
I would want to be an idea, but it's just about me wanting it to be so perfect. But I got to start realizing everything can't be perfect. It can be good, great. It just can't be perfect, man. That's my
thought. Two more is when you think about this off season and how things were different. Did you approach life or football or business differently because of the opportunity to be at home more and just everything that accompanied the off season?
Oh yeah, well I will say this off season, you know, 2020 in general, you know, it really brought something out of me, you know, I thought I would never see happen, you know, and it's all good, you know. I feel like I'm now more thankful to see my family than ever, you know, because you never know what's gonna happen, you know, with Corona and just everything. You losing people, like dying and just stuff like that. So I'm more able to like hug my family and not be, you know, Mr. Macho Man all the time. You know, all like, oh, come here, I love you, dog. I love you. You know, and they're like, I don't want to say it because we lost Kobe, we lost Chadwick. You know, like we lost a lot of great here, but for me, I feel like 2020 needed to happen for me. You know, just to really just to really complete. Well, I wouldn't say complete Tyreek Hill, but just open Tyreek Hill eyes up to like a lot of things. You know, so
that it was okay. You didn't feel embarrassed to be more sensitive.
Yeah, I didn't feel. I didn't care anymore. You know.
Yeah, you became a better man.
Became a better man, man.
Were you ever concerned that the season wouldn't happen? Was that hard?
Yeah. So we had a lot of people saying that, you know, it would be a miracle for the season to happen. You know, so I'm very thankful the season has happened. You know, we all love to play football. America loves football better than basketball. I'm sorry, Jordan, but yes,
it's true. It's a real America's game.
America's game, man.
What about what can we expect from the opening night against Houston?
I don't know, man. Hey, just know the Kansas City Chiefs will be back and running, man. We're gonna be running. So yeah, that's gonna be my little Tokyo Olympics right there.
Opening night, the whole world watching.
We in Tokyo. All the Chiefs wideouts in Tokyo, man. We running.
I love it. All right, last question. You got Pat, but I'd love to know your 5 favorite quarterbacks not named Pat.
Okay. Well, I got to go with my dog, Matt Moore, first. I got to go with Matt Moore, Chad Henne. Both for the backups, man, for Patrick Mahomes, man. Those guys really be throwing me dots in one-on-ones. When I be doing one-on-ones with the DBs, they be throwing me dots. I like Cam Newton. I like Tom Brady. And I like is Taysom Hill a quarterback? Would you say he's a quarterback?
Taysom Hill's a football player. Hell yeah.
The football player. Add Taysom Hill in there because he's my cousin. Let's go, man.
I love it. What about Lamar and Deshaun?
Hey, them boys some dogs too, man. But
Russell?
I like all of them. It's so hard to pick, man. You should have gave me 20.
A lot of quarterbacks.
If you'd have gave me 20, I would have added those guys in. But if we saying just overall, I'm saying Patrick, Lamar, Russell, Deshaun. You know what I'm saying? You see how I do that? So then there we go.
5 is Brady or Rodgers or Brees?
Nah, 5 is me. Y'all just never seen me. You know what I'm saying?
So you've been playing out of position all this time.
Hey, I can play. I play football. Then you just said that.
Player.
If you were here,
Anna Hooper.
Hooper, soccer specialist, professional cuddler. I'm everything. You name it.
The Tyreek Hill Renaissance, man. I want to thank you for coming on, man. I really appreciate it.
Hey, thank you guys for having me.